Good morning everyone. I welcome you all on today's class. Students, in the previous video, we have read the chapter My Unknown Friend written by Stephen Leacock. And in my previous video, we have completed the reading, and there I told you that in the next part, we will begin the chapter from paragraph number 20 and then I'll explain you the meaning once again. So just start with the paragraph 20 which is given on page number 93. Okay. So what we saw till now, we saw that the writer was sitting in a compartment. Okay. And all of a sudden a man entered in the room. Now writer is not able to find out that who is the person. But that person is very much familiar to the writer, and continuously he is talking to the writer. He is telling that, yes, I know you are my friend of my childhood age. I know many friends like you. I am surprised to see you here. So that the new man who has already entered in the compartment, he is a very good friend of the writer, according to that man. But actually, the writer is not able to identify the personality of this new man who has just entered into the compartment. So whole of the time, most of the time, Stephen Leacock is trying to managing anyhow that who is the person. Okay, who is the person sitting with him and talking to him. So he is simply trying to guess, and then till here we have completed, and now we will see what happens at the end. Now see, no, he went on. I suppose you had hardly cared to. Not now, I said very gently. Now, what was this conversation? Just go to the paragraph 19 and 18. Do you ever go back to the old place? He asked. Like the man who had already entered, he asked, have you ever gone to the old place? Then the writer said, no, I had never gone to that place. Okay. So, why he said that? Because according to him, once for all, if he will say that, no, I had never gone to the old place, then definitely I will understand the name of the place which will be given by the stranger. So that's why he said that, oh, I have never gone to that old place. Have you ever gone to that place? The writer have asked. No, he went on. I suppose you had hardly cared to. Then the new person said, no, even I have not gone. But I think so. You are not at all careful about that old place. Not now, I said very gently. I understand. I beg your pardon, he said. And there was a silence for a moment. Now he said that, no, I am not a careless person. The writer said that, I am not a careless person. And he said in a very gentle mood. Why he said that? I suppose you had hardly cared to. Because the writer said that I had never gone to the old place. So the stranger said that, it seems that you are very careless. Then he said, no, I am not careless person. And then the new person who came just now, he said, okay, I beg your pardon. And then there was a silence for a moment. So far, I had scored the first point. Now, the writer was very happy at this because anyhow, the stranger had said sorry. Okay, so he said that, so far, I scored the first point. Like, I won the first point. I got success. There were evidently an old place somewhere to which I would hardly care to go. That was something to build on. Then he said that definitely I generally do not go to the very old places. Presently he began again, and once again he started. Yes. He said, I sometimes meet some of the old boys, and they begin to talk of you and wonder what you are doing. Okay, then the person said that I often met with some of the old friends. Okay, and they all were asking about you. They all were talking about you. They all were asking me that how you are and what are you doing. Poor things, I thought, but I didn't say it. Then the writer himself thought, oh, it is very poor that someone of them were asking about me and you were not knowing about me. But he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. He was simply quiet and listening to the words of the stranger. Actually, the writer was trying to guess that who that stranger is. Okay. So he was simply saying, yes, whatever you are saying, you are right, and something like this. Then I knew it was time now to make a bold stroke. Now the meaning of bold stroke is a bold or a risky step. That is to begin questioning him to know who he really is. So he tried to make a bold stroke. What he did? So I used the method that I always employ. I struck in the great animation. Okay, spoke very confidently and eagerly. So now this was the time for the writer to make a bold stroke. Okay, just to ask a direct question from that stranger so that he can get who the person is. And that's why he spoke very confidently and eagerly. Say, I said, where is Billy? Do you ever hear anything of Billy now? So where is Billy? He asked about, he took a name because he just wanted to ask, he wanted to check whether who is the person. So he simply said that, where is Billy? Do you know him? This is really a very safe line. Every old gang has a Billy in it. So everyone has, it's a very common name. Everyone can have this name. So he said that, okay, where is Billy? Do you know? Yes, said my friend. Then that man also said, yes, I know. Who is Billy? Billy is ranching out of Montana. I saw him in Chicago last spring. Weighed about 200 pounds. You wouldn't know him. Now see. Yes, said my friend. Surely I know where is Billy. He is ranching. The meaning of ranching is taking care of ranch, a large farm in which animals like cows, horses or the sheep are bred. So he is a big person. He has become a very famous, very big, and he is taking care of the large animals, and that's why it is called as the ranching. Ranching means a person who takes care of the cows, the animals and the farm. Okay, so Billy has become a ranching in Montana. Last year I saw him in Chicago and weighing about 200 pounds. Do you wouldn't know him? No, I certainly wouldn't, I murmured to myself. Then the stranger who had already entered into the compartment to discuss the things with the writer, he said, yes, I know who is Billy, where is he now? Last year I saw him in Chicago and he was asking him, now he has become a millionaire, like he is having 200 pounds. So do you know him? Then of course the writer said, no, I don't him that now what the Billy is doing. And where is Pet? I said, this was also the safe ground. Like children, simply the two friends are talking together and they are taking anybody's name. The writer is taking anyone's name, just guessing that whether who is this person. So he is simply taking some names, like you can say that fraud names. Okay. So, and where is Pet? I said, this was also the safe ground. There is always a pet. You mean Billy's brother? He said. Yes, Billy's brother Pet. I often think of him. Now, the stranger, he was knowing about the pet also. But children, this is only the imagination. Unknowingly, the writer is taking somebody's name, and who is the person? The person who has just entered, he is simply saying, yes, I know Billy, I know Pet, I know everything. So this was the conversation. Actually, none of them knows anyone, neither the writer nor this stranger. So, you mean Billy's brother, he said. Yes, Billy's brother Pet. I often think of him. Oh, answered the unknown man. Old Pet's coy change. Settle down altogether. Here he began to chuckle. Why, Petty's merit. I started to laugh too. Under these circumstances, it is always supposed to be very funny if a man has got married. Now, he said that I know him very well. I know Billy. I know Pet. Pet is a Billy's brother, and just now he got married, and after this, they both have started laughing. So, according to them, it was a funny when somebody got married. My friend continued. I often meant to write to you, he said, his voice falling to a confidential tone, especially when I heard of your loss. Then, now see, that man asked him that, oh dear friend, I was thinking about you. I was going to write a letter to you when I had heard that you were in great loss. Or when I heard about your loss, at that time I was about to write a letter to you. I remained quiet. What had I lost? Was it money? And if so, how much? Then the author remained quiet and he started thinking that what I had lost. Because again, children, nothing was clear. Nobody was knowing that who that stranger is and what he is talking. Simply he came and started talking to the writer, and he said that, yes, I had heard about your loss and now I was very anxious about you. I just wanted to talk to you and I was going to write for you, but unfortunately I couldn't. So I remained quiet. What had I lost? Was it money? And if so, then how much? And why had I lost it? I wondered if it had ruined me or partly ruined me or only partly ruined me. He was altogether very shocked at what I had lost. Whether I had lost some money or I had lost whole money or only part of money. So he was very much upset and he was shocked. He started thinking, oh, what I had lost. One can never get over a loss like that, he continued solemnly. Evidently, I was plumb ruined, but I said nothing and remained undercover. Now, remained undercover. Still pretended to be the friend of other person had recognized. So, I was very quiet, I was calm, and I showed him that he simply as if that man was his friend. So I remained undercover. I showed him that yes, I know that person, that you are my friend. One can never get over loss like that, he continued. Evidently, I was plumb ruined, but I said nothing and remained undercover. Yes, the man went on. Death is always sad. Death? Oh, that was it. Was it? I almost hiccuped with joy. That was easy. Handling the case of a death in these conversations is simplicity itself. One has only to sit quiet and wait to find out who is dead. Yes, I murmured, very sad, but it has its other side too. Very true, especially, of course, at that age. Okay, so now the man who had just entered, he said that I am very shocked or I am in grief when I heard that you had lost someone, your nearest and dearest one at that age. He was talking about the death of a person, and even the writer was not knowing what he had lost, whether the money or he had lost some person. Okay. So in today's class, this much is the explanation. Now children, this lesson is little bit interesting. They both of them are not knowing, but they are showing that the two are knowing each other very well. Okay. Now we will see what will happen at the end. Till then, you once again go through the chapter. Thank you everyone.